Okay, we'll let Coach Johnson get settled.
Jacob Verdon from the Verdon. What have you seen from Brian Kelly and his coaching staff over at LSU that's led to the quick success?
Yeah, I've been really impressed. You know, maybe I have a little more insight because I was broadcasting games for NBC last year, and we had all the home games for Notre Dame, right? So obviously Brian Kelly was the head coach there, and so I had a chance to sit on a lot of production meetings with him and you know, hear his philosophy and his strategy and watch the way that he implemented that with his team there. Right when it was announced that he was taking the LSU job, I felt like that was going to be a great fit. I think he brings I think a great level of experience, structure, and I think certainly to continue the winning ways at LSU, but also when you look at just the crop of talent that exists in Louisiana and their ability to recruit, I just felt like that would be something that would attract people even more to LSU and obviously continue to build on a program that already is very, very successful and is a contender each and every year for a national championship, but that would continue. And I think that culminated into that win against Alabama. Me and my boys were sitting in the living room rooting them on, you know, every step of the way, and so obviously that was a defining win, I think, for LSU and the program, and I think really sets the stage for a lot of what they're going to be able to accomplish in the future. I think there's a great level of confidence there around, you know, Brian Kelly and the program that he's going to build. You know, obviously there was a great system in place with the Purdue offense, and that is still continuing to be executed. I think I've had great collaboration with Brian Brom, who's our interim head coach and also the guy who's going to be calling the plays. And you know, for me, a lot of the last 2 weeks have been getting up to speed with the things that you know, I'd say kind of the core principles of this offense, the things that our quarterback, you know, likes to do and is very good at, and then, you know, finding places where I can you know, offer up ideas or maybe little nuances and additions or just thoughts that might be implemented as well. And so I think the combination of those things is what we might see on Monday. It's funny because obviously being a Saints fan is like being a Tiger fan, right? It's they're one and the same. You know, growing up in Louisiana, or having, you know, 15 years in Louisiana and having our kids born there, or our kids raised there, you know, obviously we were Tiger fans as well. You know, still are. I love LSU, except for Monday. You know, the way this all came together is really, you know, kind of funny. You know, my family and I, you know, fly to Indianapolis to go watch the Big Ten championship game. You know, watch Purdue take on Michigan, you know, right on the heels of that, obviously, you know, our head coach leaves, and you know, we're all kind of trying to figure out what the bowl scenario is going to look like with the coaching staff, and that's when my conversations with Purdue began about you know, just offering my assistance to be able to come in and help as a coach in any capacity. At the end of the day, I love my university, I love my alma mater, and I wanted to provide whatever assistance they might need during this time, not only to get ready for the bowl game, but also to help, you know, stabilize the program and help with any transition to the next head coach. In the process, it would give me a great opportunity to work with great young men like Austin Burton here and others. And look, I love the game of football too, you know, so have the opportunity to you know, take a lot of the things that I've learned throughout my career and maybe impart some of that knowledge, experience, wisdom on these young men was a great opportunity. And it just happened to be that it was against the LSU Tigers in the Citrus Bowl, right? But like I said, I've got so much respect for LSU. I know so many of the guys on the coaching staff, whether they were coaches with the Saints at some point, so we had that relationship. You know, Dr. Tate, the president, Scott Woodward, the you know, athletic director. I mean, all these guys I've had great relationships with, conversations with here throughout this off season. I mean, shoot, I had a shoulder surgery in Baton Rouge in May and did some rehab there at the LSU facility. So with Bo Lowry. So I mean, look, at the end of the day, I've got a great relationship with these guys, but I'll equate it to, you know, when you go out in the yard, you know, on Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day to play a backyard football game with your family. You love them, but you're trying to beat them. Yes, but I'm not entertaining those. This is interim. I'm just doing this because I love my university and the opportunity to coach young men like Austin and our team and just get this program through the bowl game. Obviously get us prepared to go out there and play really well against LSU on Monday. And then after that, turn it back into a pumpkin. Yeah, I mean, it's you've basically brought free agency to college football. And I think there are some examples of it where it's been a really positive thing, you know, for guys to maybe go somewhere else and get an opportunity. Unfortunately, I think there's more examples where it's probably not the best thing. I think it, in some cases, it allows guys to bypass the growth and development that takes place in your early years as a freshman, as a sophomore, even as a junior, of having to fight through some adversity, really grow, really develop, you know, kind of battle through tough times in order to get to where you want to get. I think there's a lot of character development that goes along with that. In some cases, I think the portal provides an easy out and allows guys to avoid having to go through that. But I think all of us would recognize the benefits of having to struggle a little bit, you know, and having to maybe not get what you want for a while, having to learn the hard way. I know how much that benefited me, and I think there was probably a lot of guys that would have said, "Hey, the portal been there when they were there. They might have, you know, they might have entered it, you know, and gone elsewhere and not kind of foregone, you know, the opportunities that they ended up having, you know, when they stayed." So I think it feels like there's still some elements of that that are up for discussion and that might be modified as we go along here. But it is the world we live in, and we're not in a position to make those rules right now. So we just you know, we just follow. This would be a big one against a program that is no doubt a top 5, top 3 college football program in the country. LSU fights for national championships each and every year. That's their level of expectation. And obviously, you know, I think we acknowledge just how strong the SEC is as a conference and the battles that take place week in, week out in that conference. So you come out of that conference in the upper echelon, you know that you are a really good football team. And I think Purdue, these are the games that we strive to have the opportunity to play in. So it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to play against an opponent like LSU. And hopefully everybody has a chance to see our brand of football and enjoy what Purdue can do. Obviously, we take a lot of pride with the grit and determination that we play with and the opportunity that a lot of these guys are going to have on Monday to play in this game and play against LSU and hopefully put on a great performance.
Thank you guys, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Well, one more round, start in a couple minutes. And appreciate your time. That's great this morning.